Joining us now, national affairs correspondent with The Nation, John Nichols. John, read the room for me. Is this going to be a problem going forward, knowing that we had a lot of conversations leading up to the election talking about all of the perils that Donald Trump had, with the caveat that, he could still win. Are we reading these town halls correctly? Is it really blowback?
Of course it is. There's no question of that. It's a question of how much blowback and in how many places it occurs. Does this happen the next time they come back? Do Republicans start not having town hall meetings? I mean, that becomes a critical question. What I can tell you is this. I know the Wisconsin counties where these town hall meetings occurred. I'm from Wisconsin. And these are very, very Republican places. And yes, I have no doubt maybe somebody drove 25 or 30 miles from a neighboring county. But the neighboring counties are even more Republican. And so when, as an example, Glenn Grothman, the very conservative congressman from Northeast Wisconsin, came into his meeting in Algoma, Wisconsin, he was booed and jeered as he walked in by folks from a very Republican area. And it wasn't just kind of a blanket unthinking thing. There was a great deal of reference to Medicaid. There was a great deal of reference to social safety net programs. There was a striking level of anger at Elon Musk, and a lot of questions about Elon Musk's power and how it might be limited, and people yelling he wasn't elected. And so I think this is real. And my sense is that in watching the congressman from Wisconsin, at least, Glenn Grothman and Scott Fitzgerald, who had these very confrontational meetings, you could tell they were, I think they were very surprised, but by the same token, they were listening. I mean, I do think they were taking this in because they didn't think it was false. They didn't think it was an outlier. I think they believed this is something real that exists in their districts.
They're clearly trying to move fast and break things. It's the cliche from the tech industry that's being taken to Washington. Do you see any acknowledgement from the Trump folks that maybe they don't have the mandate, the fullest mandate that they think they do, that maybe people would like them to be a little more surgical in their cuts?
I don't see that yet. And I think that you're seeing from Elon Musk, even in recent days, some really blanket approaches to asking federal employees to explain what they did last week and things like that. So I think this is still a very confrontational moment, but it's also very early. I was out the other day, over the weekend, I was out in Iowa, where Bernie Sanders was doing a Stop Oligarchy or Fight Oligarchy tour. And he went to districts where Republicans narrowly held congressional seats in Omaha and Omaha, Nebraska, Iowa City. The crowds were disproportionately large. They got 2-3 times as many people as they had expected. They had to do overflow rooms for these events. And what Sanders was saying to these folks is, don't get so excited about me and don't get so excited about, what you're hearing from Washington. Talk to your member of Congress and tell them that very soon they're going to be debating huge tax cuts for people like Elon Musk, for very rich people. Tell your member of Congress you don't want that. And so I think that if they start to hear that, that could have a real impact.
We'll see. Still very early days. John Nichols, thanks for coming on. Always good to see you, my friend.